So YouTube, the reason that I got so into YouTube originally was philosophy. There was a group called Rational Roundtable, and they were giving out DVDs for free if you came on YouTube and said, "I deny the Holy Spirit," because that was one thing that Jesus said he could never forgive. If you denied the Holy Spirit, you were forever banished to hell. And atheists know that there is no hell, and so we could deny it with abandon and just have fun and be silly and make fun of religion. That's what brought me to YouTube in the first place. And over time, it's because of my interest in science and nonfiction and reality that I've tried to share myself with YouTube and also absorb as much of the YouTube science as I can get. And that's why I posted a video just now of me reading about dinosaurs to my baby. And that was fun, and I liked reading to her. But all that reality makes me wish that I could play pretend for just a moment. And I just wish I could share a different reality. And I want to describe it in the hopes that someday somebody gets to live it. And that reality is me living not just with her, but also with a parent that wants to raise a child in the public eye well and carefully and thoughtfully. And clearly now it's too late for me in a lot of ways to become a parent again. I don't know if I'll ever be able to accomplish that. I guess I can dream, but let's play pretend again as if I was young and I could have a relationship that would produce a child that I actually get to be the dad of instead of living states away. Then I would have been able to YouTube a life into the public eye. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, who's done that? Justin Bieber, right? He sang from when he was just a little kid. I don't know much about him, but that's why he's a celebrity, because he was always on the internet eye, and then he got into the music world, and then he became kind of a creepy guy. Well, I would love to have a child that follows that path. And it just, especially with my particular diet of concepts, they interact with childhood so well, because the innocence of saying a word, and I've come out on the public record, it's very controversial, but that it's okay to say a word. It always is, it always should be, and it's okay. And I know that's whoa, but it is whoa, because any word, there are a lot of words. And so what's my point? A child saying a word is even more taboo than an adult saying a word. And an adult teaching their child to say a word is even more controversial. You don't realize it right now, but because of the internet, atheism has become regularized, and it feels more normal. But once upon a time, and in fact, I did this. I worked at Goodwill, and I told one lady that there was no God, and I told her child that she could test whether there was a God by checking whether her prayers are answered or not. And I got fired. Why? Because the idea of telling a child to test religious claims is taboo. It's controversial. It's not allowed. But if I was raising a child, I would raise them to know that there is no God, that there are no gods, that myths are fascinating but complete fantasy. And you can say a word. And Threv is 37. T-H-R-E-V, Threv, is 37. And you should teach your teachers at school that Thrate comes after Threv because 38 comes after Threv. Thrate has to be spelled with two H's and a G. T-H-R-E-I-G-H-T. Because it ends in an 8 and it starts with a thra. Because it's one of the thirts. That kind of knowledge is forbidden for children to teach teachers. And yet I could have taught my child to be so cheeky. So cheeky. And I guess that's my wish for the future. Maybe I shouldn't give up. Maybe I should try and adopt or have another child, have a relationship, meet a woman even. I can still kiss, but I'm disabled. What woman's going to choose me? But that's the wrong kind of thinking. That is rejection thinking. Instead, I want to affirm and accept and encourage and create. And so I could make a cheeky child still. I believe that. And I guess that's what I'm playing pretend with you for. To get that kind of idea into my head. Because I still don't believe it's all that possible. And I need to believe it's possible if I'm going to pursue it. I don't know how to convince myself. Because I am so depressed and pessimistic. It is possible. I could raise a cheeky child still. But understand, a cheeky child on YouTube, man, it changes the game. It changes the culture and the society forever. It just does. Because it's haram. It is haram. And not just because it would involve Boko, which is Western learning. Learning the Western alphabet is Boko in Hausan language. But it's haram, which means forbidden in Arabic and Islam. It's haram because teaching children facts is kind of against the rules of parenthood. I mean, it's not just bad facts, like that everybody dies or that nobody goes to heaven. Those are bad facts that children shouldn't have to believe to some people, right? There's nothing wrong with teaching children those facts, but some people feel like a child should have a mystical life where heaven is where their dog goes when the dog dies. And disagreeing with that type of person is something that can be done to great effect online. And I wouldn't want to be cheeky just to say you mad and stick it in their face. I would want to be cheeky to propel us towards a more inspired life where reality is inspiring instead of fantasy, where people don't watch superhero movies because that's stupid. I want reality to be more popular and better at the same time. Anyway, let's play pretend. Thanks.